Let me tell you a quick story. There's this guy, let's call him John. John starts a dropshipping store, spends weeks building a website, writing product descriptions, running ads. After 10 days with no sales, frustration kicks in. He says to himself, shit, maybe this isn't for me. So he jumps to affiliate marketing, then crypto, then YouTube automation, then agency work. John is smart, he's motivated, but he's stuck in the same loop as most of you guys. A loop I call Shinypreneur Syndrome. Jumping from one opportunity to the next without ever building real momentum. And what's worse, he thinks the problem is strategy. But in reality, the problem is psychological. This term is dedicated to entrepreneurs who constantly chase the next big thing, not out of curiosity, but out of boredom, fear, and impatience. Common signs include watching endless YouTube videos about making fast money, leaving tasks unfinished, constantly learning but rarely applying, FOMO over every new opportunity, confusing movement with progress. And here's the kicker. So according to Dr. Roy Burmester, I must be destroying his name right now, but the author of Willpower, decision fatigue plays a huge role in quitting. When your brain is overwhelmed with choices and novelty, your willpower drops and you default to distraction. So every time you see a new how to make 10 grand in 30 days video, you're burning a valuable energy deciding whether to pivot. Eventually, that mental exhaustion pushes you to abandon the very thing that could have worked. So what causes this? Who are the real culprits? There are two main drivers behind Shinypreneur Syndrome: fear and impatience. Let's go deeper. So we will start with fear. Fear makes you doubt your efforts. What if this doesn't work? Fear drives you to seek comfort and safety instead of commitment. You imagine the worst case scenario, not the best. And that fear makes you bounce between ideas, so you never risk being disappointed. And by the way, there is this psychological fact according to loss aversion theory from behavioral economics. We fear losses twice as much we enjoy gains. So the fear of wasting time or failing publicly can subconsciously push you to quit before giving your business a real chance. Here comes the culprit number 2, impatience. Impatience makes you want results now. It pushes you to abandon the long game for short dopamine hits. You fall for get-rich-quick traps, and you change direction the moment things slow down. And there was this study done by Harvard neuroscientists. When you anticipate fast rewards, your brain releases dopamine before the outcome, which is why chasing shiny objects feels exciting, even if it leads to nothing. In other words, you're addicted to the rush of starting, not the results of finishing. Alright, enough of the problem, let's talk cure. Here's how you fix Shinypreneur Syndrome, step by step. Number 1, stop feeding the fear. Turn off the news, mute negativity. Fear-based content clouds judgment and erodes confidence. Number 2, be intentional about what you consume and follow people who constantly post overnight wins. Stick to voices that support long-term strategy and execution. Number 3, build identity-based consistency. Psychology shows that when your actions align with your identity, you stick longer. So instead of saying, I'm trying dropshipping, say I'm building an e-com brand. That subtle shift wires your brain for commitment. Number 4, get around long game players. Follow people who have been in your niche for years, not weeks. It will reset your timeline and give you patience. Number 5, track progress, not perfection. Every day, check off small wins. One outreach message, one post, one follow-up. This builds evidence of progress, and your brain learns to associate consistency with reward. Number 6, be accountable to someone. Find a mentor, business partner, or accountability buddy. Not someone who claps for your ideas, but someone who calls you out when you quit. So that's it. But let me leave you with this. The next business idea won't save you. The next tool won't change everything. The next opportunity isn't the answer. The only thing that will change your life is you deciding to stay, to stick through the boring days, to finish what you start, to master what you have already begun. Shinypreneur Syndrome isn't a strategy problem. It is an emotional one. And the cure isn't more doing. It is more discipline, focus, and emotional maturity. The kind of growth that doesn't look flashy, but builds things that last. So next time you're tempted to chase something new, pause, breathe, and remember, you're not behind. You're being tested. And this time, you don't need to start over. You just need to stay.